Time for Christian Car Guy Theater with today's episode, Jailhouse Justice, Part 14. In the last episode of Jailhouse Justice, Bad Brad had just escaped jail, but he was then assaulted by the under-the-hood team of Jimmy's Jeep when he was on his way to try to get to the hospital to get his former crime boss, Noir, to help him get out of town. Brad's second surprise was finding out that Noir had been made new in Christ and his real name is Lazarus. And to Brad's dismay, the only way Lazarus wanted to help him was to share the truth about Jesus. His next surprise is coming because the sheriff was hot on Brad's trail. Having found both the empty jail cell and the abandoned Jeep, the sheriff decided to take Jimmy's Jeep over to the hospital to check on Eustace, who had just discovered Bad Brad in Lazarus' room.
Hey, just a doggone minute. What are you doing here? How did you get out?
Please, take it easy, Deputy. There's nowhere to go.
All right, Brad. Now you stick 'em up. No sense anyone getting hurt. I have a bullet, and I know how to use it.
Ha! Eustace, I see you have things under control, as usual. I had a feeling I'd find him here.
Oh, it ain't nothing, Sheriff. Just doing my job.
Job? You fools won't catch me again.
Brad, don't be a fool.
With that, Bad Brad jumps right through the glass window, catching his leg across the jagged glass. He trips and goes head first down 2 floors, desperately grabbing at anything he could hold on to slow his fall. But finally, lo and behold, what would be at the bottom waiting for him but his old friend, Jimmy's Jeep. Mosey Motor Oil yells out to Rurik Rollbar.
Hey, Rurik, my old Sputnik buddy. Hey, it's your turn now to show him how you roll. KGB style. That's what I'm talking about.
Comrade Mosey, it's time to raise the bar for Bad Brad. Looks like he'll take this one right on the Ukrainian. This a simple bounce of the offender. No offense, Frenchy fender.
Oh, oui, monsieur. No offense taken. C'est ça. I would say Bad Brad will be Les Miserables after you crane his neck, Rurik Rollbar.
Sure enough, Bad Brad bounces off Rurik Rollbar. Fortunately, the soft top took some of the fall as it tore away, leaving Bad Brad bleeding and unconscious in Jimmy's back seat. Being there at the River Rock Hospital probably saved his life as they rushed Bad Brad into emergency surgery. Early that morning, Pastor Jack got the news and called an emergency prayer meeting at the church.
Friends, I'm sure by now most of you have heard about Brad busting out of jail. And then he jumped from the 2nd floor of River Rock Hospital and now is in critical condition. It's time to pray for another miracle, not just for a physical healing for Brad, but a spiritual one as well. This is a real opportunity to show God's love and forgiveness.
Pastor, that's easier said than done. You know this guy has stolen my Jeep twice and tried to kidnap Allie. He's creepy, Pastor. How do I forgive someone like that?
Jimmy, I'm with you. He's taken our granddaughter and our dog. That guy has caused more trouble in town than I can ever remember.
Yeah, what kind of lowlife would steal poor little Fritzy? Not to mention the fact that you know what he was going to do to Allie.
I know forgiveness is hard, a really hard thing, the more intentional the evil that's been done to you. But I have someone here I want you to meet, and I hope you'll consider what she wants to share with you. This is Brad's daughter, Christy.
I know my dad has done much to hurt all of you, but so did Noir, and I hear your prayers changed his life. So I don't know if you knew this, but Noir and Lou kidnapped me to make sure my dad kidnapped Allie. Not that I'm excusing what my dad has done to all of you, but as always, there's so much more to the story, just like Noir. I hated Noir and what he did to my dad and to me, but Pastor Jack told me the story of Jesus, asking the Father to forgive the soldiers nailing his hands to the cross. Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they're doing." The really hard thing for me to understand is that was me. I nailed Jesus' hands to that cross, and Jesus forgave me because I didn't know what I was doing. How then could I not forgive Noir? It's so obvious now. Noir didn't know what he was doing. Now he understands, and now he's changed. He is Lazarus. Pastor Jack also told me about Joseph, and when he forgave his brothers, he wanted to make sure they felt no guilt or shame. So Pastor Jack challenged me. How could I help Noir get rid of his guilt and shame? If I really had forgiven Noir, I would want that for him and for my dad. So I'm here because my dad needs you. Yes, you who he hurt the worst. God will hear those prayers. Not only prayers that my dad will live, but even live to take Jesus' blood to cover that guilt and shame.
I'm so sorry, Christy. I had no idea. You're right. Jesus forgave me when I was his enemy.
Really, Jimmy? Are you forgetting what he wanted to do to me?
Allie, sweetheart, try to understand.
Yes, forgiving Brad is your decision. But in the end, it's what you desperately need to do, honey.
Back at the hospital, Lazarus, Eustace, and the sheriff are already in prayer for Brad.
Jesus, forgive Brad. He didn't know what he was doing. Like I didn't. God, please, give him the chance you gave me.
Father, you've done such mighty things here. The miracle of our new brother Lazarus. You saved him from hell, Lord. Please save Brad's life and his soul.
Just then, Dr. Sonny comes into the room.
Sheriff, Brad is critical, really critical, and the difficult issue is he's in desperate need of a transfusion, and his type is AB negative, the rarest blood type. We are out, and we only have one person in town with that type of blood, and I hate to say it, but I doubt she'd be willing to donate.
Oh, Dr. Sonny, you're not talking about...
Yes, I'm afraid it is Allie.
Tune in next month for the exciting conclusion of Christian Car-Guy Theater's Jailhouse Justice. Now here's Danny Dipstick and Randy Radiator to review today's episode.
Randy, too bad Brad hadn't been a better math student.
I see what you did there, Daddy. That way, he would have moved that AB minus up to an AB plus for extra credit. Very funny, Daddy. Look, blood is what Brad needs on all sorts of levels, Danny. He desperately needs Jesus' blood and Allie's. It's one thing to die physically, but if Brad dies now, he will remain in hell. Brad needs Jesus' blood to give him new spiritual life if he wants any life at all.
Randy, in a sad sort of way, Brad's life at this point is like Solomon told us. It's all in vain. Brad's vanity and his pride. How ironic that Allie would be his type.
Oh boy, yeah, you're killing me 1 cc at a time, Danny. And I bet Allie's gonna feel needled for sure. Oh boy. Look, but in the end, Danny, love never fails. And Christy's love for her father is sure shining. And Dr. Sonny may see to that. Say goodbye, Daddy.
See you later, Radiator.